We spend the first 12 months of our children's lives teaching them to walk and talk, and the next 12 telling them to sit down and shut up. Cleaning your house while your kids are still growing up is like shoveling the walk before it stops snowing. If you don't have wrinkles, you haven't laughed enough. Doctors say it's okay to have sex after a heart attack, provided you close the ambulance door. I want my children to have all the things I couldn't afford. Then I want to move in with them. Housework can't kill you. But why take a chance? The only time I ever enjoyed ironing was the day I accidentally got gin in the steam iron. There's such a buildup of crud in my oven. There's only room to bake a single cupcake. To get a roaster clean, send something like baked apples in it to a neighbor. Neighbors always return pans spotless, and you won't have to use a blowtorch on it like you usually do. Whatever you may look like, marry a man your own age. As your beauty fades, so will his eyesight. When you play spin the bottle, if they don't want to kiss you, they have to give you a quarter. Well, hell, by the time I was 12 years old, I owned my own home. Always be nice to your children because they are the ones who will choose your rest home. Comedy is tragedy revisited. The doctor looked my body over. I said, "Is there any hope?" He said, "Yes, reincarnation." A bachelor is a guy who never made the same mistake once. Most children threaten at times to run away from home. This is the only thing that keeps some parents going. Sex is identical to comedy in that it involves timing. The best contraceptive for old people is nudity. I realize it is normal to argue. I almost missed World War II watching my parents fight. I asked the waiter, "Is this milk fresh?" He said, "Lady, 3 hours ago it was grass." Do not taste food while you're cooking. You may lose your nerve to serve it. Best way to get rid of kitchen odors, eat out. When he proposed, he said, "We'll make such beautiful music together." But in this duet, his part seems to be all rests. Christmas is a time when everybody wants his past forgotten and his present remembered. If your house is really a mess and a stranger comes to the door, greet him with, "Who could have done this?" We have no enemies. Life is a do-it-yourself kit. So do it yourself. Work, practice. Your husband drinks too much if he says he never drinks alone, but considers the goldfish somebody. The reason women don't play football is because 11 of them would never wear the same outfit in public. By far the most common craving of pregnant women is not to be pregnant. Oh, that dog. Ever hear of a German shepherd that bites its nails, barks with a lisp? You say, attack, and he has one. All he does is piddle. He's nothing but a fur-covered kidney that barks. My recipe for dealing with anger and frustration: set the kitchen timer for 20 minutes, cry, rant, and rave, and at the sound of the bell simmer down and go about business as usual. On the way to the delivery room, I almost changed my mind about having a baby. I wouldn't have found it so hard to go ahead with it if I had realized that having a baby was the only way I could ever become a grandmother. Your husband is lazy if, when he leaves the house, he finds out which way the wind is blowing and goes that direction. You know you're old when your walker has an airbag. You know you're old when someone compliments you on your alligator shoes and you're barefoot. Let me tell you a discussion that starts, "I'll tell you something you do that irritates me. If you tell me something I do that bothers you," never ends in a hug and a kiss. Your husband is lazy if the directions on his medicine say a teaspoon before going to bed, and in one day he uses 7 bottles. Old age is when the liver spots show through your gloves. The real reason your pro tells you to keep your head down is so you can't see him laughing at you. If your husband wants to lick the beaters on the mixer, shut them off before you give them to him. My timing is so precise a heckler would have to make an appointment just to get a word in. A passport picture is a photo of a man that he can laugh at without realizing that it looks exactly the way his friends see him. Too many comics today ramble. By the time they get to the punchline, the audience has either gone to sleep gone to the bathroom or gone to bed. Remarrying a husband you've divorced is like having your appendix put back in. Women want men, careers, money, children, friends, luxury, comfort, independence, freedom, respect, love, and a $3 pantyhose that won't run. Phyllis Diller, July 17, 1917, August 20, 2012. Diller was born Phyllis Ada Driver in Lime, Ohio, the only child of Perry Marcus Driver, an insurance agent, and Frances Ada Ramsey. She had German and Irish ancestry. The surname Driver had been changed from Triber several generations earlier. She was raised Methodist, but later became an atheist. Her father and mother were older than most when she was born, 55 and 36, respectively, and Diller attended several funerals while growing up. Diller was an American stand-up comedian, actress, author, musician, and visual artist, best known for her eccentric stage persona, self-deprecating humor, wild hair and clothes, and exaggerated, cackling laugh. Diller was one of the first female comics to become a household name in the U.S., credited as an influence by Joan Rivers, Roseanne Barr, and Ellen DeGeneres, among others. She had a large gay following and is considered a gay icon. She was also one of the first celebrities to openly champion plastic surgery, for which she was recognized by the cosmetic surgery industry. Diller contributed to more than 40 films, beginning with 1961 East Splendor in the Grass. She appeared in many television series, featuring in numerous cameos, as well as her own short-lived sitcom and variety show. Some of her credits include Night Gallery, The Muppet Show, The Love Boat, Sybil, and Boston Legal, plus 11 seasons of The Bold and the Beautiful. Her voice acting roles included the Monster's wife in Mad Monster Party, the Queen in A Bug's Life, Granny Neutron in The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and Thelma Griffin in Family Guy.